and to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town.
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Acres, your premier John Deere dealer, has the largest selection of late model equipment in the Midwest. And for a limited time, Acres is offering low rate financing on all 2021 and 2022 S and X Series combines and 8 Series tractors. Qualified buyers can earn 3.9% financing for 60 months. And as an added bonus for your holiday season, if you purchase one of Acres' eligible machines before December 31st, you'll get a $5,000 gift card from Shields. Go to acres.com to learn more.
Nutrition Authority invites you to try Anarchy, which is an exciting free workout for athletes and fitness enthusiasts who want the most out of their workout. Anarchy can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Remember, when you want results, the solution is simple. Nutrition Authority. Stop in, call, or check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. We'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Koppel. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Koppel. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at koppelcars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit. Stock number G207684.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Are you in the market for a new garage door or need to repair your old one? It's wintertime, and that means snow, wind, and freezing temperatures, all things that can cause sticky locks and damage to your garage door. If you're experiencing any issues with your commercial or residential garage door during the winter months, call Cameron Hall and his team at Doors Plus. Don't be trapped outside in the cold because of a poorly maintained garage door. Call Doors Plus today at 402-590-5800 or visit them online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
School taught you all about the 4 seasons, spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons. Football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? Happy Friday. This is Jay Foreman. If you are on the stream, you see Eric Strickland right next to me, box sitting in. So we got the we're gonna call ourselves the all-star lineup, and we've got a little bit of a different schedule as Nebraska basketball is having alumni weekend. So plenty of great players of recent past, and obviously some probably even before I was even on campus, and Strick as well. So Strick sitting in for DP, and Bach is in for Austin. We are brought to you by the Mercado, certified Piedmontese, special ingredients and butcher shop, located at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. We got a quick segment here, and then Strick has a former coach of his, and probably was there when I was there, right, Strick?
Yeah, Gary Barkin was around when you was here.
Yeah, so I was going to stream in, and then we got another stream coming probably in the 5 o'clock hour, right?
Yeah,
Jamar
5:30, Jamar Johnson.
Jamar. Yeah, so we got a good
Somebody
lineup.
might walk in.
Hey, man,
we right here, baby.
You're close enough, right?
Right in the mix. They all right down.
As long as they can brave the elements, they might freeze it. He might not get over O Street, but anyway, Strick. Before we jump into the basketball, and obviously with your coach Colin, I wanted to ask you, because I haven't seen you personally, you know what I mean, since the last time Nebraska played. I guess I'm going to go like this. I'm going to give you my assessment and then tell me how close I am.
Okay.
Right? I felt like Rutgers is the type of team, no matter who you are, if you let them, they will somehow influence you to play the way they want you to play. And one of the things Austin said to me yesterday, and correct me if I'm wrong again, is a team like Rutgers, if you play with more space and are very detailed and make them play defense, they actually don't really want to play defense. They want to play defense their way, right?
Yeah,
Physical,
they want you. Yeah, they want you to make mistakes
and then take a dumb shot.
Yeah.
Then they want to go throw it up, get it off the. They want to play essentially a high level, open gym type of basketball. My assessment of the game was Nebraska 3. It's almost like running a marathon, and you're at your pace, right? You get what I'm saying, or the 400. Because I don't know if you ever the 400.
I have run the 400.
The fake.
And
They
I
all
hate it.
Hey, Strick. They always said the race doesn't start until you're in the last 800 meters, right? So you have a coach.
Well, you mean the last
80
turn.
meters. Yeah, 80 meters or 100. But
that last turn.
One of my friends
on
that ran it,
stretch.
when he ran it in college, he said, Jay, it's the last 80 meters, right? Well, 100, right? So say you have a coach and you say, hey, Jay, this is how you're going to run it. I want you to have, breathe, and I want you to come out this way. I want your mind, clear, this, and this. Then all of a sudden I see the finish line. And then I might see Bach over my peripheral. And then I start to strain and all that.
Yeah.
And Bach is, and then I kind of got out of my way. And the next thing you know, I come in second when I led the whole way and dominated the whole way. Is that a good analogy for the basketball team?
Great analogy for what transpired over the game out there in Piscataway. One of the things, the game is 40 minutes. It's not 39.
Whether you like it or not. Yeah.
It ain't 35. It ain't 30. And you just there. One of the things that I said, especially on the post game show, when you look at the game, Jay, if you just go back and track everything Huskers, it's very rare that they win games where they don't win differentials.
Mm-hmm.
And you familiar with what I mean by differentials?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. When they're most of their line on the stat sheet is in some form or fashion going to be equal.
Even.
You're going to see shooting percentages usually equal. You're going to see the assist numbers.
Right.
There's going to be something
Steals,
there. They're real.
yeah.
They're all
real
kind of
within
equal.
I would say within a 2.5.
2.5 to 3. Yeah.
Yep.
They're all. But what happens is, if they don't win 2 to 3 differentials, they lose. And if another team wins a plus on them in differentials, they lose.
Right.
And that's what happened.
Right.
They got killed on the boards.
Destroyed on the boards.
And they got beat in second chance points.
Right.
And there was one other stat that I might.
Well, they
be
shot
missing.
better than Nebraska from 2 and 3.
But they were pretty close.
Yeah.
So
within the margin.
Yeah.
So you're right.
And
yeah,
Nebraska won the differential, but they lost more than what they would have won. So in a normal situation, you shoot free throws like that in a game where that team shoots 50%, you normally could win.
Yeah.
But because they gave up so much on other differentials, they ended up losing. And now, what ticked me off about the loss is not the fact that they lost. But I was telling Bach, I said, there's been many situations, Jay, where we were small.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it may have been me, Mike Finley, San Sabalas, not even Dirk.
Right.
It might have been Steve Nash,
right,
and one other person. they would put me at the bottom of the block to block out.
Right. But yeah, that's that.
And they would let Mike Finley come over the top.
Well, yeah, because you got to think the Warriors and for our new younger age listeners, that's their death lineup.
Right.
Livingston,
right.
Curry, Thompson, Draymond was the center.
Yeah.
And then Iguodala, and that's their death lineup.
Yeah.
And they won one of the greatest teams of all time.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is when they gave up 2 rebounds and would have been a third, because I was really disappointed. I was watching Bryce. I'm like, is he going to put a body on this? If he would have missed the free throw, that guy would have got it again.
Right.
Because he let him get inside of him.
Yeah.
And so you can't win games when you need a rebound.
We got to have it.
You got to have it.
Right.
And you don't go get it.
Yeah.
So I understand the loss of the rebound margin, but when you needed it, you didn't go get it.
Because those are the most important. I call those like it's like third down percentage, right? For a football team. If you usually play, if you're within, you have parameters of what you want to have as a goal as a defense. And then when you're either really, really high, then obviously you're in a dominating fashion. But if you are way, way low, it generally goes back to strict communication, right? And execution, right? And that's the same thing with defense, and defense goes into rebounding. I'm a big believer rebounding is a want to thing, right? You got to, I think like what I said, Strick, and you can correct me before we go to break, is I felt like, if I'm talking to the team, we got to be physical, right? We're going to be physical. We're going to match force with force, but we don't need to go outside of who we really are, right? Because it's this whole thing of like, I always say, when you play sports, you have to be able to be dangerous. And what I mean by that is, at some point in time, you're going to have to do something that you actually are not normally wanting to do, right? In life, right? Somebody tries you, then, miss it. Like, we're done talking.
Yeah.
So when you play a team like Rutgers, and I felt like Rutgers is the type of team, and I'm asking your opinion, and just from my view, is that they're the type of team, they are physical because everything they do is contact, right? Because like the big man, number 11, I think they had, he'd shoot it, miss it, he all over you. He got an arm on over your neck. He going for it. Then he hit the other dude, from Nebraska. He just like a bull in a China shop. Because one of the things, it was at the end of the game, I think they missed it. I think Jamarcus Lawrence got the rebound, and he went for the steal, big man from Rutgers, and he got the foul. That's how they play. So they just wear you down. And it's like, remember how Joe Frazier used to fight like Muhammad Ali, and he just be in there, boom, boom, boom. But so if you don't keep enough space with them guys, they just going to wear you out. And then here's the last thing I want to ask you before we go to break. I was really disappointed in a couple of the shot selections by Casey. And I want to ask your opinion of this. Now, granted, he's more than capable to hit those shots. But is there a difference of shooting those shots? You know what I'm talking about, the ones that are high percentage of difficulty. I'm a big believer you shoot those shots at home versus on the road. You know the depth perception, you know the rim, you're at home. It's just familiar territory, especially when the game's close. Right? Because I felt like even when Nebraska was getting open shots, right, in general, Strick, they still could have knocked off 6, 7, or 8 more shots off the play clock. They were shooting sometimes at 18, coming down the stretch, 3-point lead. Nebraska has a 3-point lead, shooting it at 18. Well, you can get the same shot at 10. I get the same shot at 5. People are, why? Here's why. Because the more that you make Rutgers play defense, they will break down. But you got to think.
Well, and that's where the bad shots hurt you. You're right, Jay.
Right. Because then you'll get more offensive rebounds too.
Exactly.
Right.
So what ends up happening, like you just said, is they were in the 1-and-1 with, I want to say, over almost 10 minutes left in the game. But they didn't attack. When they did attack, they attacked without understanding that Amari is one of the best shot blockers in the league.
Right.
And instead of challenging him, you want to draw everybody to him and either find his guy who he's coming off of, or you're going to kick 1-2. Now you've got a good shot.
Yeah.
But they were taking a lot of challenge shot. Bryce was taking some.
Right.
CJ took a couple. And then once that compounds,
then you just change. That's where you saw it look real chunky. Like the offense looked chunky. I'm a big believer with the shot blocker. If you can draw his attention, I want whoever he's going, and if it's Rink Mass or Josiah, I want you diving because he's a good shot blocker.
But he's not a double jump. Yeah,
right. He ain't that good.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to jump with block it with the right, come down. Nuh-uh, because then you're gonna be on the poster, and that will lessen his aggressiveness as well because he's wary of it. And I think if they got a chance to do it again, that's the type of things I want to see from this team down the stretch.
And they didn't make adjustments either on the defensive side of things.
That's true, right?
They didn't make adjustments.
Right, and that's just, I think, with a lot of new pieces. But I'd like to see them find ways to gut out a game like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like an ugly game.
That's a good team.
Right.
And a great team.
Right.
That's what Wisconsin was not doing early.
They're doing it now.
But they're doing it now.
Yeah.
And that's that. And sometimes you have to ask the question, Jay, whether or not. And I think I was talking. I don't know, Bach. Were we talking about this? I think it might have been you and I, where I was saying, they're at a crossroads because there needs to be a discussion in that group. They need to be talking, and the coach staff need to be finding out, do you want to be a good team, a great team, or you want to do something special? How do you want this year to end for you? Like, you need to look them in the face and ask them that question, because the way that they played the game before against Iowa, they played better against Rutgers. Like, their defense was, for most of the game, was solid, active, moving. I'm like, that didn't even look nothing
not
like
consistent
that.
enough.
And if you want to be and do something special, you have to remain consistent.
And you got to pack your defense right from any, every game, right? And so, anyways, good segment there with Eastrick popping in on Old School today. Bach here on the ones and twos. We're going to take a quick break, and I think we got somebody or have somebody on the stream. And Strick light it up there. Jay Foreman, Eastrick, Bach, Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
School taught you all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons: football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolatseason.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Husker fans, your Nebraska wrestling team needs you at the Bob Devaney Sports Center for a Big Ten matchup on Sunday, January 21st against the Purdue Boilermakers. The duel will begin at 1 p.m., and the first 200 fans will receive a Nebraska wrestling blanket. For more information or to secure your tickets, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
We wait all pro football season for the big game. But will you come out on top? Warhorse Festival of Games is putting you at the center of the action with 2 chances to win big. Earn entries for our $100,000 prop card challenge daily at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Enjoy slots, sports wagering, and horse racing. Then make your picks about the big game to be eligible to win. Qualifying entries will also be put in the running for your share of the $20,000 grand prize drawing. Increase your luck for the drawing by playing free online games on the Festival of Games website. Skip the trip to Vegas and get in on the big game right here at Lincoln's favorite place to play. And if that's not enough, our $1 Million Bracket Challenge for college basketball is coming soon. Full details are online at warhorsecasino.com. Warhorse Casino Lincoln, just minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Denton Road. Why not today? Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Acres, your premier John Deere dealer, has the largest selection of late model equipment in the Midwest. And for a limited time, Acres is offering low-rate financing on all 2021 and 2022 S and X Series combines and 8 Series tractors. Qualified buyers can earn 3.9% financing for 60 months. And as an added bonus for your holiday season, if you purchase one of Acres' eligible machines before December 31st, you'll get a $5,000 gift card from Shields. Go to acres.com to learn more.
Letting your children know you believe in them will go a long way toward making their dreams a reality. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. It's important to celebrate learning, focus on the positives, reinforce good effort and determination. Children need your encouragement and support. Our public schools want every student to succeed.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Nutrition Authority invites you to try Anarchy, which is an exciting free workout for athletes and fitness enthusiasts who want the most out of their workout. Anarchy can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Remember, when you want results, the solution is simple. Nutrition Authority. Stop in, call, or check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Old School with DP and J.
DPGM. What are you going to do to Caleb Williams? What are you going to do? You going to draft him?
No.
You're not going to draft him?
No, I don't. Here's my thing. I don't want anybody to know. I'm not going to bring poison into my program because that's what it would be. He's letting you know he's poison. He's venom. Why would I put poison in my own soup?
Maybe you think you're a mongoose. You can't.
I have zero.
You're a mongoose. You can take the cobra venom.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, we are back. Jay Foreman, E. Strick, my man Bach on the ones and twos. This is Old School on a Friday. A little chilly outside. It is a Nebraska men's basketball alumni weekend. We have a special guest, Gary Bargan. Gary, welcome to the Old School show, my friend.
Hello.
Hey, Gary, how you doing? This is Jay Foreman and, as you know, E. Strick.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Gary, man, it was so good to see you and your wife today, man. Come down. You've created a legacy. You now have sons that are coaching and doing well and doing wonderful things and following after you. But your time here at Nebraska, we just wanted to talk to you about what does this mean for you to be able to come back and spend this time with the group that we had so many special memories with?
It's really special. You know, sometimes you see some of them on Facebook occasionally, but I was talking to my wife on the way up here from Kansas City today, and it's just, having the list of all the guys that have committed to being here this weekend, over multiple years, it's just truly a blessing for me to get to see them and share sometimes talking about old times and when we were together as coaches and players.
Gary, from your time, even early on, obviously coaching at Southeast and then went to, I think, Hutchinson, Kansas, and 9 years as an assistant. What are some of the things that you brought with you to finally be assistant coach at Nebraska to help you guys be so successful?
Well, I guess it's what Coach Nee saw in me, initially when he decided that he wanted to call me and say, hey, I got a spot for you. But I think from my experiences, I kind of started from the ground up. I never, I played high school basketball and was going to play was going to walk on at Nebraska, where I was going to attend a school, but then I hurt my knee in football my senior year, and so that took care of that. So there wasn't any of that. So it was more getting to know people here, learning, reading books about basketball and so on, and then getting a chance to coach a couple high schools for 1-2 years and 1-3 years, and then getting into the college level helped me to learn recruiting. We had some pretty good teams both at Fairbury Junior College and Hutchinson Community College. And so the recruiting, I think, was probably of some interest to Coach Neek because we had some good players. And then secondly, after we got to know each other and we talked X and O's, why then, I was anxious to go somewhere, even to be an assistant coach, to learn, more and more about the game. And then sharing what I knew, and then Coach Neek kind of said, hey, I want you to take care of this or take care of that, or work on shooting, or, this kind of thing, like out of bounds plays, zone offense, those kinds of things. It was kind of a thing where I felt like I'd learned because I was trying to take as much from people in clinics like Dean Smith and Roy Williams and those guys to learn basketball the way I wanted to learn it.
Gary, I wanted to ask you, obviously Eastrick is around all the time, and I was just a young pup when you moved into a different position in '95, but I always admired the way you guys played basketball. So I want to ask you, recruiting Eastrick, and what was the couple best qualities that you saw in a young Eric Strickland coming down from Bellevue West that you knew he'd be successful?
I'll never forget this as long as I live, and I think maybe Eric will remember it as well. Back in those days at the University of Nebraska, and the NCAA allowed a school like Nebraska to go out and have inter-squad scrimmages, up to 3 of them anywhere in the state. And so we would do that every year. And I think it was when Eric was maybe a sophomore in high school, we went to Bellevue West, and Coach Lanny Richards was the coach, and he said, yeah, come on up. And they had it open to the public and so on. I'll never forget this. We were in the dressing room before we went out on the floor, and Eric was in there, and Eric was listening to everything that was being said. And we knew Eric was a tremendous athlete and so on, but from that time forward, I felt like I really got to know Eric, got to know his family, and we built a good relationship. And he was such a tremendous athlete. He didn't just play basketball. He was a great football player and a great baseball player, even, signed a professional contract. And I remember one time when he was at Nebraska, during spring practice, I think he was over there looking through the fence, and Coach Osborne saw him and said, hey, why don't you ever thought about coming back out here? So he's just a tremendous athlete, but he was a tremendous person, and he's a competitor. A guy that you love to coach because anything you told him, he was going to try to do it 110%. And I know from the defensive end of it, he stood out among many, many other kids that we were looking at for recruiting purposes. His defense was tremendous because he wanted to play defense. He wanted to do it as well as he could. So he's just a tremendous athlete that really wanted to be as good as he could be.
Wow, thanks, Coach Bargan. I mean, that really warmed my heart. It's always good to hear, that somebody thought well of you and what you contributed to, just a wonderful program. And I was just excited to play for you. Now, tell me this. We're obviously celebrating the Big 8 championship that we were able to bring back to Nebraska. What was that experience like, in the preparation going down to Kansas City and the aftermath after we were able to seal the deal against Oklahoma State, who ends up going to the Final Four that year? What was that like for you, and to observe, to prepare, and the experience of the aftermath?
Well, that year in preparation, in fact, I have to tell you, I saw at least 2 films, maybe 3 films, videos yesterday on my phone of some of the games that we played that year. And one of them was against, Missouri, I think, at Missouri. And then I saw the championship game. And to see those individuals, so much when you coach like at Nebraska for 9 years and you have players that from the first year through the 9th year, when you get to be 82 years old, like I'm going to be next month, I tend to forget and run some of those years together and who was exactly on that team and so on. So me getting to see some of that film and see who those people were, and then think back of how we accomplished that, there's a certain sense of pride because that particular year was the 4th consecutive year that we qualified for the NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, winning the Big 8 conference tournament championship was really a tremendous, a good feeling. And I know the players celebrated and can remember that too. My disappointment was then we didn't make the next step.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gary, I wanted to ask you one more question before we let you get out of here. Is that Coach Nee is going to be honored as well this weekend? I think he obviously, when I was here, he was a great coach, great lightning rod. Hadn't been around that much, but tell us about a couple great things about Coach Nee that everybody doesn't know if they weren't around the Husker basketball team at that time.
Well, Coach Nee was a great salesman, a motivator, emotional person, and I had coached at Hutchinson Community College for 8 years, yeah, and we'd had some really good teams. And that particular year, we finished 3rd at the national tournament because the national tournament's always held in Hutchinson. And I can remember Coach Nee came down within 2 weeks after he got the job, and he sat with me in the stands and just watched our players play pickup, just up and down the court and play pickup. And he said to me, how did you get all these guys? We had a 7-footer, we had 6'10", 7-footer went to Georgetown, the 6'10" kid went to KU, a 6-foot shooting guard went to Oklahoma State with Leonard Hamilton. And then we had 3 guys that were definitely major Division I players, one 6'10", one 6'8", and one 6'6", that were only freshmen. And then we had Derek Vick and T. Buchanan, who were also starters on that team. And he said, how'd you get all these guys? And I said, well, you just recruit them. Hutchinson was a great place to recruit to, but you just did it, and you showed interest in them. You identified how good they were and so on. And so he went home from there and he wanted to recruit, several other players, and he ended up recruiting Derek Vick and T. Buchanan. And 2 weeks later, he calls me back and he said, are you sitting down? And I said, no. He said, well, close your door and sit down. He said, one of my assistant coaches that came with me from Ohio just walked in this morning and said he can't recruit to Nebraska against Larry Brown and Norm down in Missouri and Oklahoma State with new coach Leonard Hamilton. So he's going back to Ohio. And I didn't say anything. He said, I want you to come up here and take his place. And I said, Coach, I don't know. I'm not sure. And he talked to me for 45 minutes on the phone and convinced me. I mean, I was an old Nebraska guy. I graduated from the University of Nebraska, lived in Nebraska all my life. And he convinced me that the next day that my wife and I should fly up to Lincoln and visit. So I said, I'll tell you, I'll come under one condition. I've got a daughter that's a sophomore in junior college, and she's going to go to Nebraska already next year. And I've got a junior in high school daughter and a senior in high school daughter, or a senior in high school son to be. And I said, it's not a very good time to be moving them. And I said, so my wife and I will sit down and we'll talk with them, those two middle ones, and see what they say. And they said that night, well, why not go check it out? You know, that is home country. So we were on the plane the next day, and we had some pretty high-powered conversations while we were here for 2 days, and went home, offered us a job, went home and said, well, if those two that are going to be juniors and seniors say, okay, we'll come. But if they say, I don't want to leave, you know, then we're not going.
Yeah.
And we went home, and Jed was going to be a senior and Kim was going to be a junior. And they said, let's go for it.
Wow, what a blessing.
And my wife and I almost fell off our chair. I called Coach Nee, called Fanny, and the next, everything else was history.
That's beautiful. Nate Turner, who played here at Nebraska and for the Buffalo Bills, wanted us to shout you out and let him know that to tell you hello and what's going on.
He's a great guy. I'll never forget him. Him and Clifford Scales were very close friends. Yeah. He's a good football player too.
All right, Coach Gary, we appreciate you coming on, and we're going to celebrate men's basketball this weekend, but we're going to take a quick break. Strick hit you up in the meantime, but this is Old School Jay Foreman, E. Strick, and Bach. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We wait all pro football season for the big game. But will you come out on top? Warhorse Festival of Games is putting you at the center of the action with 2 chances to win big. Earn entries for our $100,000 prop card challenge daily at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Enjoy slots, sports wagering, and horse racing. Then make your picks about the big game to be eligible to win. Qualifying entries will also be put in the running for your share of the $20,000 grand prize drawing. Increase your luck for the drawing by playing free online games on the Festival of Games website. Skip the trip to Vegas and get in on the big game right here at Lincoln's favorite place to play. And if that's not enough, our $1 Million Bracket Challenge for college basketball is coming soon. Full details are online at warhorsecasino.com. Warhorse Casino Lincoln, just minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Denton Road. Why not today? Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Next weekend, the Lincoln Stars welcome the Sioux Falls Stampede to the Icebox for the first time this season. Don't miss Princess Night on Saturday, January 20th at 6:05 p.m. Get 4 tickets and 2 tiaras and a Princess Night pack for $75 now at LincolnStars.com. Secure your seats for the Stars versus the Stampede next weekend.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Coppell. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Coppell. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at coppellcars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit. Stock number G20768.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice-integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
It's Pro Time Nebraska. The Omaha Supernovas, your Major League Volleyball team, is playing in the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation match on January 24th against the Atlanta Vibe at the CHI Health Center. Be a part of history and visit supernovas.com to secure your single match tickets today.
Letting your children know you believe in them will go a long way toward making their dreams a reality. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. It's important to celebrate learning. Focus on the positives, reinforce good effort and determination. Children need your encouragement and support. Our public schools want every student to succeed.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We are back on a brisk Friday. This is Old School. Jay Foreman. We got a couple special guests in here. We got Eastrick, Bach on the ones and twos. Then we got the our partners in crime from Upside Bar and Lounge, obviously with UFC Saturday night.
Yep, absolutely.
We always we always say if well, Strick's on usually 2 to 4, but he comes sometimes at 4. And Bach, he doesn't hang out with us any much, but he's hanging with us now. But we never get gifts. We never get any goodies.
None.
So, yeah,
the food be gone.
Food's gone. Man. Everybody only gives stuff to the young guys or the early in the day. So we appreciate you coming with goodies, right?
Yep.
So before we get into the UFC and all your drink specials, you did tell us during the break you're coming out. You have a couple additions to your winter menu, right? So what are those?
Well, I just finalized it actually today. I sent the
Okay.
email off for the menus to be printed. Just a new winter menu. Just added a few fun things. We actually have a beer float on there that I'm pretty excited about. It's got Code beer, which is down the way, and local beer, and then with some vanilla ice cream with it. So pretty excited for that one. But
Definitely different, but
Yeah.
it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
So what other options have you added to your?
Today I brought the Moscow Mule. It's a winter Moscow Mule. Actually, it's named Ashley's Winter Moscow Mule. One of our bartenders came up with it, and it's been a huge hit. So I was like, we're adding that one.
Right.
And then
Do you guys at the bar put it in that nice shiny cup too?
Yep,
Oh,
the
of
copper
course.
Moscow Mule.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, we have a lot of those. So on Fridays they're actually on special. All the mules. So we have a lot of Moscow Mule cups. We go through them quite fast. So, and then the other drink is a peppermint mocha martini.
Nice.
Yeah.
Peppermint now that's going to be interesting to see how that flows. That's one.
It's a little scary, the peppermint with the, like the
with the
chocolate,
mocha,
but it
Stir me
actually,
up.
it's like the.
It like tastes like Andy's mint.
Yeah, so I was about to say it's like a mint. Like when you get them at the I don't want to say church, but like on the airplane.
You go
yeah,
and then they
you
sit in
get
the
the mints.
bowl.
Yeah,
The Olive Garden little.
Yeah, Olive Garden. Yeah, the Olive Garden
Yeah.
mints. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and those are all. That's it. That's
No,
it.
there's 10 of them. I
10
mean,
of
I
them?
could go through like, well, I have to think about it off the top of my head, but there's some fun drinks on. There's a apple cider margarita, which is
That'd be good.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
actually
That
it's
sounds
on our
good.
margarita club normally, but we just change it up a little bit, add a cinnamon stick to it, and change it tequila in it. Gosh, there's a couple other martinis. A roasted marshmallow martini where you get a roasted marshmallow with and some chocolate syrup.
That one's fun. Yeah.
Trying to think. What
Wow,
else.
that's interesting because I only think about martini when I'm thinking apple. You know, I can't do the traditional. I can't do
But
the
they
ones
got
with
the
the
apple-
olives.
apple
But you
cider.
got everything. You
Yeah.
got marshmallows and
Apple cider would be pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good. And we're talking during the break. Tonight is karaoke night, right?
Mhm.
Starting at what, 9:30?
9:30. Yep. We love karaoke. We actually have some really good singers. And even if you're not great, it's totally fine. You just come out and have fun.
Right.
But we really do have some. It's a really enjoyable show, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not one to sing, it's definitely fun and
Good
it's
people
good
watching. Good
entertainment.
people watching
Honestly,
material.
yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
good. A lot of dancers, like they really put on a show
Yeah.
at the bar. Yeah. We love it. It's,
Yeah,
it's fun for us to watch.
Do you
Yeah.
guys do that thing like what was that? There used to be a bar where the people get on the bar and they start dancing.
Coyote
do y'all
Ugly.
do
Yeah,
that?
Coyote Ugly.
Yeah. Y'all have a Coyote Ugly flow to you?
No, I would say that there has been a time I think I've probably hopped up on top of that bar.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
You did your do-si-do?
Yeah, but I think that was when it was a little bit slower. I think back when the COVID, like the 9 o'clock closing nights, and we were just like 9 o'clock. What are we gonna do?
Right. You got the whole night.
So when you guys have karaoke night, do you guys have regulars that come in? You know, I know some people take karaoke really serious,
serious.
and
Oh, yeah.
really and actually are really good.
Yes.
So you have people pretty regulars, you know, when they come in, they probably set up their own little set and stuff, right?
Oh, they got their
They get their
songs.
tables set, and they love their songs. Sometimes we even do theme, like we did a Halloween theme, and they'll come in with their Halloween songs ready to go. One of
Right.
them's my really good friend, so she'll go over her like, oh, I've got this song and this song, a list of. And she'll practice them even beforehand. So she's pretty good.
And then tomorrow night, obviously, it's UFC,
Mhm.
and you guys open in the afternoon, right? So what time will you guys open on Saturday? Number one, and then what time should people start to show up? Because it's going to be packed to get a good seat, and obviously be ready for the UFC tomorrow night.
Yeah. So we open at 1, and the prelims start at 7. I just recommend people to get there as soon as they want to make sure they get a table because we don't charge
Just
a cover.
come first.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. We don't charge a cover. I mean, every once in a while I get a few seats reserved for me, but that's
Right.
that's about it.
Yeah, and because you guys have NFL football, right? Obviously, as well Saturday.
playoffs is jumping.
Playoffs is going, and
Yeah.
then you have USC. So that's a long day and night for you guys,
Well,
right?
the men's basketball plays too.
2 at 1:15.
1:15.
So it'll be right before
Yeah.
tip off.
Yep.
So you guys got a full day tomorrow.
We do.
Yep.
Yeah, and you might get some alumni in there singing.
You might
tonight.
get an Easter sighting.
Yeah, yeah.
This
yeah.
sounds like a winner. Them
What a
martinis
blessing.
sound so tasty to me right now.
Do you guys have any food specials, or do you guys run a certain type of
Yeah,
menu
what type of
during
menu?
during
Is it more
UFC?
bar
or is it-
menu?
So
Open
UFC,
menu?
we actually keep the kitchen open all night,
Okay.
and it's the full menu usually. Like unless we have to cut it down to faster things, but usually it's the full menu, and it's burgers, nachos,
Right.
pulled pork. There's no specials though on
Okay.
during the fights, just because I
and
don't charge a
don't-
cover.
Right.
Don't get it twisted. She said all night. No, we're not talking about to the break of dawn. She's just
2 a.m.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't,
2
get,
a.m., right.
don't get it in your mind. You're gonna flow in there at 3:34 and think you're gonna be all right. No, not all night.
And then on Sunday again, you guys will open up again at 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
so
actually, we opened up at 11:30 on
Right.
Sunday, right now
Okay.
during football.
football season. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you guys got another long day again
Yes.
on Sunday. So good. It's
Mhm.
it's obviously a great atmosphere out there. I think we're gonna have some Husker basketball alumni out there trying to sing, and
Yes.
you know, as long as they probably I could speak as long as they don't get on like Instagram or something.
Yeah, no footage.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we appreciate you guys stopping in. We're gonna post you guys on social media. So get out there tonight. You might see your favorite former Husker singing, and then tomorrow night you got plenty of sports and activities and drinks and new ones, a new winter menu. So we appreciate you guys coming once again, always. And UFC, it seems like was it 297 or something like.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah, 297 tomorrow night. Get there at least by 7. Open till 2. What is it? 2 o'clock in Lincoln? 2?
We're open till 2.
2.
Open
Yeah.
till 2.
Yeah.
Every night.
And are you leaving, any taste tests?
Oh yeah, you guys
get an early start.
Oh, of course.
Well, hold on. Well, then we can extend it. Go ahead, Strick. Go ahead. We're gonna get. There's no time like the present.
We get an early start.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna get you a taste test. Give them the Moscow Mule.
Yeah, let's see what's going on. Get a Moscow Mule to let me act like a mule, like a donkey. And you can use your own verbiage. The Strictionary. There's another name for that. It's a culo.
Yeah.
Okay,
Here you go, Strick.
All right.
I got 3 different here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
This one doesn't have.
Bach, you on?
Oh, it's all you,
Here,
man.
go ahead.
It's all
Go ahead, Bach.
Come on, Bach.
Yeah, Bach, have you some of this right here. I'll have a little.
Yeah, Whitefield appreciate you
Moscow Mule
coming back
here.
a little box. Ooh.
So it's got a little orange and nutmeg. Yeah.
That settles nice. I like that.
I like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's the Ashley's Winter Mule.
So,
I
great
just
bar
want it
top.
in my cup. That's fire. I think I'm gonna come get me a couple. Go out there and ask for the Ashley's Moscow Mule
Yep.
because that's fire.
And she's working tonight too.
And
so.
she gonna make it for you.
Yeah, she's gonna be
Personal.
busy tonight. That's
She
pretty
might even
good.
sign your cup.
And what's the next one? What's the next one?
That's
Bach, well, Bach liked it. What'd you think of
Hey.
Yeah,
that?
I like that chocolate one. I
That
dig
chocolate,
that goes down
no
easy.
peppermint on the
Oh,
backside.
dang. He's
Chocolate
down
to the
that.
front.
But Bach, the silent assassin over here.
I either drink nothing at all or too much.
Okay.
No in between.
That's right.
Hey, that thing hit nice.
Yeah. So meet
Like
your approval.
Kind of like an Andy's Mint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get the chocolate on the front side, and then as it hits the
It's cool.
esophagus, it hits cool, but then that mint says ding, like right in the back of your esophagus.
I love it.
Yeah. I like
Pause.
it. I like
That's
it.
Pause.
The mule's good, man. So I like him. Like, right, Bach?
Yeah, that
Oh, yeah,
mule's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my time with this.
I tell you, if you can get Bach's approval, it's good.
That's good. Okay.
Perfect. I'm
That's a
perfect.
fact.
So everybody go out to Upside Bar and Lounge. Once again, thanks for coming out. And we'll see you guys this weekend.
Thank
So-
you.
Yes, thank you.
With that being said, old school, we're going to take a quick break, jump back at the 5 o'clock hour, try to get back on time before we get in trouble. Right, Bach?
That's right.
All right, we'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Healing the heart takes heart. Our dedicated team of cardiac experts is here for you with breakthrough treatments for serious conditions and expert advice for living longer with a healthier heart. We bring healing care to our community with over 90 cardiology specialists and subspecialists and more than 50 locations across Nebraska, southwest Iowa, and northern Kansas. Find out how we heal hearts with heart, starting with yours at chihealth.com/heart.
Nutrition Authority invites you to try Anarchy, which is an exciting free workout for athletes and fitness enthusiasts who want the most out of their workout. Anarchy can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Remember, when you want results, the solution is simple. Nutrition Authority. Stop in, call, or check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
It's Pro Time Nebraska. The Omaha Supernovas, your Major League Volleyball team, is playing in the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation match on January 24th against the Atlanta Vibe at the CHI Health Center. Be a part of history and visit supernovas.com to secure your single match tickets today.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
The place you call home should always be a place of comfort. Warm and cozy in winter, cool and relaxing in summer. If your home isn't delivering the comfort you expect, call Bryant. It's more than just hot and cold to them. It's about providing the best comfort solutions. And Bryant gives you a full 24-month test drive on your home comfort system. Get full details at BryantLincoln.com or call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design. Take a computer course. Learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Old School. Right now, we just got myself and Bach on the ones and twos. Strick. I don't know where he's at. He might have got loose off of that drinking drink. He might have. No, I'm just playing. We got a quick segment before we catch up here in about 10, 15 minutes. Get back on track because Strick has another call in. I think it's Jamar Johnson about 5:30. So, Bach, we didn't get a chance to really get into it because we had good Coach Bargan called in, and then we had Atlanta from Upside Bar and Lounge out there for their UFC and obviously their drink specials. I wanted to ask you, the news broke that the Raiders are finalizing, I guess, the final contract details for Antonio Pierce. What's your thoughts on the Raiders actually making the right move? And it's, we're assuming that they get it over the finish line and bring back Antonio Pierce as the full-time head coach.
Yeah, I think it's a move that, the players were on board for. A lot of the fans were ready for. And he's quite frankly just did a pretty good job with the Raiders, especially that defense.
Right.
In the second part of the season, what they went
5-4.
Yeah, 5-4. Won like their last three of their last four.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense, but it is, and it's good for former players to get the opportunity, but it is a heck of a year to be sticking with who you had in play, right? Because there's so many. I mean, whether it's Belichick or Harbaugh, Vrabel. It's just a great year for somebody to have openings, and there's several openings there. So I don't think it was a decision made lightly. I don't think the Raiders often make the right decision.
Yeah.
But for now, I mean, you've already got some momentum. You don't have to start over. You don't have to do any of that. It's just pick up where we left off. And I mean, they've got to find a quarterback. You feel good about their defense, where it's at under Pierce.
Yeah, good. Outside receivers. Got Jacobs, the running back. One of the things I think with Antonio Pierce, I think coaching at the Raiders is a lot like coaching maybe at the Cowboys. It is different. And Antonio Pierce is obviously, he's an LA kid, grew up a Raiders fan. He played like a Raider. He's tough. And, the one thing I think he did was he had the right mix of accountability. He was a linebacker coach. He was an associate head coach, before that at Arizona State. So, look, he's well respected. I was a teammate of Antonio Pierce when I played with the Giants. He's a tough kid, smart, great linebacker, great dude. Straight up with the players, which is needed, especially for the Raiders, but then also motivates them, and they really, gelled together. And a quarterback is huge, but I think Antonio Pierce, if there's ever a coach will get the most out of Jimmy Garoppolo. He will hold him accountable. He will set the expectations high. I think they will draft high. I think the great thing about having Antonio Pierce is you have a guy that's close enough to college to where he knows what programs develop players good. And he's probably seen them obviously within the last couple of years, but then also he's young enough and he can talk their language to where they're going to be ready to go. So I think it's a great job by the Raiders. Now they got to, obviously solidify their front office and do the things they need to do, allow him to build the staff that he wants and not just keep him around for a year. Because I do feel like the Raiders need a Raider coach. There's just certain teams like Pittsburgh. They need a tough-minded coach, a guy that's going to embody Pittsburgh. The Raiders, you have to embody the Raider image. That's Antonio Pierce. And when you got guys like Max Crosby, who's one of the, if not the best defensive end in the NFL, and most of those guys that get the most out of them in that type of situation, considering what they've been through all the way back from John Gruden, obviously his issues. They fired their GM, and brought in my boy Josh McDaniels. He kind of ran them through the whole deal. And then they actually looked like a football team in the effort, the intensity, which you expect out of a Raider team, finally started to look like it. And so I think it was a no-brainer for him.
Jay, to be honest, man, to me, what I loved about what I saw was very similar to what I experienced in Dallas, right? We had a coach, well-respected. He was Jim Clemens. He was
sure, yeah, oh yeah, I know.
Jim was with the championship teams of the Bulls.
Yeah.
And he was trying to make his mark, coming from an assistant to be a coach, and it didn't really, come over,
right?
Because it goes back to that scheme and system thing you had taught me about.
Right.
I thought that was dope that the way you shared that, because the triangle offense wasn't made for everyone.
No, it's not.
It's certain. Yeah, it can work with Kobe because Kobe and Shaq and
Jordan and all. Right.
It can work with certain with the personnel that we had. It wasn't the type of offense that would work. I knew how to work out of it because it's very cerebral.
Right.
Like there's a lot of read, react situations based on coverage.
Right.
There's all kinds of stuff that's going on, and if you're not very in tune, with the mind, you're not going to be able to run it.
Right.
So everybody couldn't run that, and it wasn't a system good for a Jason Kidd type, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's not his.
It's not his style.
Yeah.
So Antonio Pierce reminds me a lot of that, because then when Jim Clemens gets fired, Don Nelson comes in.
Yeah.
Don Nelson, players, coach.
Used to play.
Yeah. And what was unique and what he changed is there was a lot of things that we used to get bombarded with, or extra practices and all this extra running for no reason in the middle of the season. And Don came in and was like, "Oh, great game, fellas. We'd win. See you tomorrow. No, we'll just go through shoot around. We'll do shoot around at the hotel." He was just doing different things that we didn't expect. Right. Okay. We would land in a city. Normally we'd have shoot around. It would be a late night. He would be like, "I'll see you at the game. We'll go through game plan at the extra sleep."
Right.
Just all that. And we played well.
Played more free.
Yes. And that's what I see with Antonio Pierce. Is he came in and just brought a little bit more freedom, smoking the cigars in the locker room, and just everybody just kind of took the tension off and stuff like that. Although it didn't ultimately win out, but I think that style is going to be good for that program.
Yeah, I think it's good, man. It's good that we'll see what happens with Atlanta and Belichick, and sometimes the matches that you don't, or I guess the jobs and the matches with the coaches and the organization sometimes fit, which this fits. Looks like Bill Belichick's going to end up in Atlanta and Jim Harbaugh either San Diego back to Michigan. But you would have never thought Bill Belichick wouldn't be either coaching the Raiders or the Cowboys. Both of those have been, filled up. So we'll see by the time we come back on Monday if there's some news. So we're going to take a quick break, come back, another short segment, a little bit longer segment. Then we got to call in, and then we'll put a bow on this week. Jay Foreman, E. Strick, Bach. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice-integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, is hosting their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney, Nebraska, January 31st through February 1st. Landmark Sprayer Clinic offers expansive equipment and technology training on John Deere and Hagie sprayers. Learn about the newest technology, machine maintenance, spray tip selection, exact apply sprayers, and more. Free dicamba certification will be available. Join Landmark at their sprayer clinic January 31st and February 1st in Kearney. Find more information at landmarkimp.com/events.
Hello, everybody. It's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I hear that new Honda manufacturing continues to go up, and you have new Hondas in stock now.
That's correct, Charlie. We have more than 40 new Hondas in stock right now. It's great that a customer can come in and buy a new Honda and drive it home that day. New Honda inventory keeps getting better each month.
Okay, then. How about used cars, Andy?
We have more than 100 pre-owned vehicles to choose from right now, and a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in daily. We have just about every maker model you can imagine in any price range.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
The place you call home should always be a place of comfort. Warm and cozy in winter, cool and relaxing in summer. If your home isn't delivering the comfort you expect, call Bryant. It's more than just hot and cold to them. It's about providing the best comfort solutions. And Bryant gives you a full 24-month test drive on your home comfort system. Get full details at BryantLincoln.com or call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We'll do a little bit coaching stuff. We're back. Jay Foreman, E. Stricky, Bach on the ones and twos. Got another short segment before we catch up at the 5:30 and have the call in from Mr. Jamar Johnson. E. Strick and Bach, I wanted to ask you. It's just been word. Bach just dropped a little knowledge. Atlanta Falcons. Second interview with Mr. Jim Harbaugh, khaki pants himself. Let me ask you, who ends up deciding their future first? Making the move, Belichick or Harbaugh?
I would say Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh most likely, because I think Belichick is gonna want to make the right situation for him.
Right.
You know, when you're in the twilight of your career.
Yeah, he ain't got time to
be
on the hot seat and all that. Yeah.
So I think he's going to actually just kind of make sure that, like, if something was to happen in Philly, I could see him jumping to Philly because
because of the continuity of the upper echelon guys. Yeah. What do you think, Bach?
Well, I think it's interesting too with Harbaugh as you look at it. The Falcons are kind of seen as a team that's a quarterback away, obviously very winnable division, so it'd be a good landing spot for either of them. But Harbaugh at one time was thought to be, and when he was hired at Michigan, like, this guy does not fail with quarterbacks. Like, any quarterback that he gets is going to be wonderful. And then at Michigan, it took a while. Like the Jake Rudocks and even Cade McNamara, like they're fine.
And he had Milton before that.
Yeah.
Joe
Milton wasn't very good. And fine, right? But not at that next level that Harbaugh was used to. So I'm interested in that one because I think I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good landing spot for anybody. But I've been saying all along that I think Harbaugh is using this all again to get more money from Michigan. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think he bounces. I think there's something coming down the pipeline at Michigan.
He seems to be worried.
Potentially that I think it's probably enough for him to jump ship.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's word put out there, and I think they say it's by Harbaugh's people, that if he goes back to Michigan, he wants to have it to where he essentially has immunity if anything comes down the pipe. But the thing that's, I wouldn't say worrisome, but that's a little off about Harbaugh is I always try to look at, when you look at the head coach, you look at what they're built on. So Harbaugh, obviously, says big on family. The Chargers are a family-run organization, right? So and Harbaugh has coached at the University of San Diego before, so he there is some continuity there.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just, my assumption, that would be it, right? Because he already has a top 10 quarterback in Justin Herbert. Now they have some salary cap issues, and you can fix salary cap issues by extending guys, redoing the contract, and all that. So I think they're in a better situation, than it looks like on paper. The problem is the Kansas City Chiefs are in their division, along with the Raiders, and you got to expect that the Broncos are going to be better. That's not a clear path to make some noise.
Facts.
But it's a good match for Harbaugh. Whereas Belichick, with a family-run business, that fits him too, because kind of with the crafts and all that. But then also with Atlanta, I think when you look at the owner, right? And then you look at McKay is the GM, Arthur Blank is the owner, the GM, Rich McKay. Then you got Belichick. The respect level is there. You know what I'm saying? They've crossed paths at league meetings and stuff like that. And so you got to think Belichick is used to I always say the two owners that can make it happen. Well, there's three. Rooney, okay, Jerry Jones, Robert Kraft. Right below him, Arthur Blank, run the league. So that's more familiar with Belichick, right? And he can kind of fit in there and kind of reshape. I mean, if I'm Arthur Blank and I want somebody to come in and run my company that I know is going to get the best out of us year out and year out, and all I got to do is get talent. You got butts in the stands. I got a new stadium. Chances you're going to get a Super Bowl if you get Belichick or Harbaugh as a head coach, because all that goes into it. I just wonder what's taking you so long to pull the trigger on both sides. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you need to interview Bill Belichick for? I mean, just think about it.
You got to know the resume, right? Yeah.
Right?
That's a fact.
You seen him.
I feel you.
Look, you were beating him 28-3 in the Super Bowl.
Right.
You seen him up.
What happened?
Now interviewing Harbaugh, I think you got to get to the second, third interview, and I got to sit down and read your body language because I can't have you trying to go back to college in 3 years because it gets hard. If I'm making this big commitment to you, then you got to be committed. So I can understand that with Harbaugh. It's just going to be because then you got Vrabel sitting out there, right?
Facts.
Does he slide into Seattle? Or, like Strick said, is everybody waiting to see what happens in Philly? Because I find it very interesting. They have not met, at least up to, we can check before we come back after break, that they have not met with Nick Sirianni yet.
Oh, wow.
The owner and GM, right?
Yeah, there hasn't been no conversations.
Right. So they're probably trying to get the landscape of the players, the locker room. So it might not be as solid ground as there, right? And he might have to get rid of some assistants.
Yeah.
Then what? So anyways, I just wanted your guys' opinion. We're going to take a quick break, come back at the top of the hour. We got Jamar Johnson streaming in on the stream for, Alumni Weekend and drop some knowledge on us. Jay Foreman, E. Strick, Bach. We'll be right back.
You're listening to with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, is hosting their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney, Nebraska, January 31st through February 1st. Landmark Sprayer Clinic offers expansive equipment and technology training on John Deere and Hagee sprayers. Learn about the newest technology, machine maintenance, spray tip selection, exact apply sprayers, and more. Free dicamba certification will be available. Join Landmark at their sprayer clinic January 31st and February 1st in Kearney. Find more information at landmarkimp.com/events.
Ooh, what a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
The place you call home should always be a place of comfort. Warm and cozy in winter, cool and relaxing in summer. If your home isn't delivering the comfort you expect, call Bryant. It's more than just hot and cold to them. It's about providing the best comfort solutions. And Bryant gives you a full 24-month test drive on your home comfort system. Get full details at BryantLincoln.com or call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Hello, everybody. It's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I hear that new Honda manufacturing continues to go up, and you have new Hondas in stock now.
That's correct, Charlie. We have more than 40 new Hondas in stock right now. It's great that a customer can come in and buy a new Honda and drive it home that day. New Honda inventory keeps getting better each month.
Okay, then. How about used cars, Andy?
We have more than 100 pre-owned vehicles to choose from right now, and a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in daily. We have just about every maker model you can imagine in any price range.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah. What up? We're back. The new school, old school, right? We got Eric Strick, the Hall of Famer, basketball extraordinaire. Myself, Bach on the ones and twos. Mysterious Bach. We got Strick. It's men's basketball alumni weekend, so I think it's always a great weekend. Just from my personal experience, growing up playing basketball is obviously a great love of mine or whatever. But then to come in and to be honest with you, Strick, when I first started getting recruited, right, in Nebraska, you might have been on the team when you guys were the number 2 seed in the NCAA tournament.
That was Rich King's. Yeah, I wasn't there yet. Mm-hmm.
So that I was when you get recruited, this, and you get like these little like mass letters, that's just stamped on names. It wasn't technically you were getting recruited because you were opening up mail. Realistically, it went out to millions of people. So they were playing up in Minneapolis, right? And so you got to think
at the barn.
No, it was the NCAA tournament. So it
was at the tournament. Okay.
Metrodome. And all the games generally are either on the weekend, ABC or whatever, and then ESPN was all Big East at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the Big 8 didn't play that much. And if it was only Kansas or Missouri, I think, at that time, right? Because they had Norm Smith, right?
Yeah, because I think we had our own little channel.
Right.
It was like Phillips 66
right.
or some
regional.
Yeah,
it was. Right, it was.
Yeah.
And then that's what used to do the Big 8 championship, Phillips 66. So my dad, it was coming to Minneapolis. My dad was like, "Hey, I'm gonna take you out of school. You want to go watch, right?" So tickets in the Metrodome. We were up there in the second lane. They were like $5, and you get the printout.
Way different now.
Way different. Yeah, it'd be like $50 up there, more than that. And I was like, "Dang, Nebraska got a basketball team into the number 2 seed," and I think they played, text line, correct me if I'm wrong, like Middle Tennessee State or somebody, and lost.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, no way I'm ever going to go to Nebraska. Well, anyways, I ended up coming to Nebraska. And y'all always had a really good team. I mean, I'm talking about because we used to be able to go to games for free.
Free, yeah.
With the Bach, I don't know if you knew. We'd
be on the floor in that little corner.
And we'd have the best seats in the house. So when they would play, I remember when you guys played Michigan State with Sean Respert and the big old dude in there and Steve Smith. And so we get in there.
I think it was Matt
Poplowski or something
like that.
Right. It
yeah.
seemed like he played there forever. Judd Heathcote was a coach. We be sitting there in prime seats, walking in there, seeing Strick and those guys involved. And the great thing about it, I think Coach Manning said it earlier. I think he was on Adam Carricker's show, and you hear it. And Strick, you can talk to this. When we played well, it would like inspired you guys. And when you guys did well, we knew y'all was watching.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you this, the back and forth, and we knew
that
we knew the basketball team wasn't going to go undefeated, but you got to play good basketball. I will never forget. Oh, Vincent Hamlin. Is Vince here? Is he in town?
Vince, I don't know.
Vince,
I haven't seen him yet.
He like the missing link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mikey's even worse than Vince. Vince is a little bit more. Vince is accessible through Tehran because him and Tehran still kind of hang out.
Right.
They still kind of kick it.
Right. But then T. Lou, it's like he got I call him the 30-day dude. Text him on the 1st, you get back to you the 31st.
But he changes phone numbers like the wind, bro.
And then he got people. We're not gonna get into that. But anyways, I'll never forget being in the training table, and it was during football season, and we just meet. And a matter of fact, it was me and
food's gotten way better than
I know. But we listen,
it was good.
Listen, Strick. Y'all. Here's the thing about Strick. I'm gonna tell you this about Bach. So when we started really doing well, the team was always doing well. But when we won, I think our first championship, we started getting like steak, and then we have like seafood. Hey, them basketball players used to come in. Come in, gaffle up all the steak, and be gone.
And leave out.
And they always will take her. But the funny thing is, it was me and Tavy. We just got done lifting. And so we used to either eat right after because it was closing because we had late practice. Vincent Hamilton stood there, and he'd always, T. Lou and everybody, he'd give us the business. And I think we were about to play like Colorado, Oklahoma. He'd be like, all right, Foreman, what's up? What we going to do this weekend? What we going to do this? He's like, I better not be seeing you get to go out there and get ran over. And that was and if you don't think, I didn't think about it during the game.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But you knew
that the eyes was on you.
And they knew what they were talking about. So that's the camaraderie that we had.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That people don't understand that everybody we wanted the basketball team to win.
Successful.
Basketball team wanted us to win. We wanted the women's
volleyball.
We wanted everybody.
Women's.
Yeah.
Everybody we wanted to have some success.
Right.
And it was a fun, Jay, let's be honest.
It was a fun time.
It was a fun time to be on campus.
No animosity in between like the sports or
Turn
anything
me
like
off.
that.
This is Jamar calling.
Oh, we got him in. We got Jamar Johnson coming in. Is he coming in?
We'll see.
Oh, okay. Well, strict. That's hey, listen, we got him picking up. Hello. But Bach, I was saying that the great thing about it is when you have alumni weekend, I get to see a lot of the players that I got to watch in college. You got to think from Rafe LaFrance, Jock Vaughn, the great Steve Smith, Sean Respert, we'd see those guys all the time. Anthony Peeler, all of them. Strick and those guys used to be giving them work. And from Strick, Bernard Garner when I was there, Mikey Moore, Vincent Hamilton, T. Lou, Cookie Belcher, Larry Florence. I mean, Andy Markowski, all those guys, man. We just sitting there. You guys were just dudes to us. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a great time to see them, and they're going to get honored. The Big 8 championship team, right, is getting honored. But then it's a true alumni weekend where everybody comes back and, celebratory. Danny Nee comes back. And, hey, Strick, I wanted to ask you about this, man. Is
he there?
He's there without a picture.
Jay, are you
Strick, can y'all hear me?
We got some technical. We got some technical difficulties.
There you go. There he is. There's a nice little chord in the background there, Jay Bunny. You hooping? You can't hear? Go onto your settings and then turn it to your computer and just make sure your audio's on.
He can't hear you say that though. I think it's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
have no sound.
You go. We hear you. Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear Jay?
Hey, you might have to give him another call. Try to work it out, but we'll keep him on screen. See if we can get.
Yeah, but anyways, it's it's good for him to get honored. Bach, and you see a lot of great players from the past and how the camaraderie, and they deserve it, man. And Nebraska basketball obviously is not like at the level of Duke, but I'm thinking like there's some great players, great teams, great people that came through here and did some amazing things. And so I think it's good to see some. In this point in time, Strick said this is like a turning point in the season. And I think that seeing, the Danny Nees, the Stricklands, the Larry Florence, all those guys, I think can really, inspire these guys to get over the edge, going from a good team, potential, whether it's NIT, NCAA team, to get it in there and get it in gear. Because I think seeing the likes of Strick and how everybody that's going to be honored is going to be just pulling and pushing for them, I think it could allow
Testing
them to
1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
that much better.
Testing.
Can you hear? Check, Bob.
Yeah, I think you can hear us here.
My audio
Mark,
is up.
can you hear us? Oh, you can hear now?
Yeah, you can hear?
Can you hear us, Jamar?
They're saying my audio is working.
Yeah, we hear
In
you.
settings.
Yeah, there's no way we can do him.
Yeah. Well, here's what we do. We'll hit break real quick.
Yeah,
we'll go to
bring
break, come back, and then we'll put a
We'll get
bow
him
on it.
straight.
We'll get him in. Even if I got to jump out, we'll get him in. All right, Bach?
All right.
Is that all right with you, the maestro?
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, man. With Jay Foreman, Bach, Strick, Old School, we'll be right back.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank,
Testing 1
our
2.
people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Are you
No,
looking
I'm
for
not
a new
hearing
spot
y'all.
to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening.
Hold on, let me try
Post,
something else.
Plenty
Hold
of
on.
exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about the indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa.
Can y'all hear me now?
Car?
Nope, just
I
took
mean,
my car down to
I know
Nebraska
y'all can
Auto
hear me,
Dealer.
but I can't
No
hear y'all.
staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Test,
your
test,
appointment
1
today
2.
at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron
No,
Hall.
I can't.
Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides
Nope.
itself on fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your
Here.
property. Both
I'm gonna try to jump on my phone.
with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors
Okay.
Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Problem gambling affects millions of Americans daily, of all ages and walks of life. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, Draft beers and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
He can maybe run. So like speed option, those things. All you want to do.
Speed. I can't see much.
It's also. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Look what you did. Look what you did. Look at Bill.
Down.
Come on
Just
now.
calm down.
I don't say anything about semicolons or should there be a
Word
parentheses or
Too many commas over there.
Too many
Come on.
run-on sentences. Don't talk about that. It's not my wheelhouse.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. This week, there's a sale for ticket listeners only. If you say Go Big Red, you'll get all natural pork loin back ribs for just $1.99 per pound with a limit of 2 racks. That's at Fairway Meat Market for the ticket listener sale, now through January 21st in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, Eastrick, Bach on the ones and twos. We got our technical difficulties solved. They say always the great ones adjust, and we are the great ones. We're self-proclaimed. Alumni weekend for Nebraska basketball. So we have Jamar Johnson in, point guard extraordinaire. Welcome to old school, my brother.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. Glad I was finally able to get on.
Yeah, we're glad we worked it out.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, how's the healing process going after the surgery, man? How you doing?
Man, 51 years old, 51 years, man, and had to get a hip surgery replacement done. Just was in a lot of pain. I'm feeling great now. Recovery's going smooth. Probably at about 80%, 75, 80%. But doctors and therapists saying I'm getting there and I should be back to full speed.
Good, Jay. That's good, man. Listen, it's a big weekend. We wish you could have been here, but we understand the what's going on and the why you. We know you would have been here because you were definitely an integral part of the success that we had here at Nebraska. What was the decision-making process for you as to why you chose Nebraska? And how did you feel when you decided to go ahead and make the move and come on out here from Elkhart, Indiana?
Yeah, man. As you know, Indiana is straight up basketball country, and it was Hoosier hysteria was at its height, during my years in high school and stuff. But I tell you, man, Coach Mitchum was our assistant coach at the time, and he was from South Bend. So he was from my neck of the woods, man. So, me and him, we established a really good rapport and relationship, still have a great relationship with him to this day. And, but that was one of the main reasons when I came out to Lincoln, man, they took me to a Husker football game, man. I'd never seen that many people in one place in my life. And but it was a great experience. And but the only concern that I had was that the basketball program didn't have the same tradition and prominence as the football program at that time. And so coming from Indiana, man, I wanted to bring, that sense of urgency to win and turn the program around and definitely put my footprint thumbprint, if you will, on the university at my time, being there and stuff.
Jamar, obviously, your head coach with Danny Nee, and obviously he's probably one of the better, if not the best coach in Nebraska history. Give me a couple of things about Coach Nee that really sold you on him as your head coach, and then obviously coming all the way out from Indiana to Nebraska.
Yeah, Coach Nee, man, he definitely had that New York flair about him, that East Coast flair about him and stuff. But he was intense. I mean, Strick will tell you, man, Coach Nee was in your face, intense type of coach. And I came from Indiana, which every high school basketball coach pretty much during my years of coming up through junior high and elementary and all that kind of stuff tried to emulate Bobby Knight. So it was nothing to me. You know what I mean? And one of the things that Coach Nee said to me that I'll never forget, and he was talking about in reference to yelling at players and stuff like that. And he just looked at me one time, and I was asking about that, like, why you get on these players? He was like, and his response was, be concerned when I don't yell at you. You know? So, and that's one of the things I think these young players need to learn today, man, is, some of these coaches got to get more intense with them, but it's a lot of different variables going on these days. But just having that intensity, and that urgency, that brought about the urgency for us to want to win.
No doubt, Jay. Check this out, man. Give us some of your best moments on campus from the time that you arrived to the time that you left. What were some of your best experience, best games that you just, it just made you feel like, you know what, you knew you was here, you had arrived.
Yeah, no doubt. There's several that comes to mind when you talk about that and ask that question. But the one, I guess the highlight would be, me hitting the shot against Kansas
in the corner.
To win that game. That was definitely one. That same year, I think before that Kansas game, Oklahoma State was ranked pretty high with Byron Houston and Sutton and all of that kind of stuff. And so, they were ranked pretty high at the time, and we beat them in Lincoln. So that was a great night for us. But overall, man, I can say the best experience, and you could probably relate to this, Strick, as a player, you guys as players, former players and whatnot, but the camaraderie, being around the guys, the locker room, the trips, the road trips, all the fun, the laughter and all of that kind of stuff. That's what you miss. That's what you miss.
Jamar, I wanted to ask you about, playing in the Big 8 back then. It was tough. And people, I don't think really, really understand the type of players that came through at that time and how great they were. Talk about it every single time that you guys laced them up. Yeah. Whether you're going down to Manhattan, Kansas, you got to be ready. Oklahoma State, and obviously Kansas. Talk about what it's like to play.
Iowa State. Iowa State,
right. But talk about playing every time you stepped on the floor, there was professional basketball players, not one, but 3 or 4 or 5 on every single team, along with, historically great coaches.
No doubt. The league at that time was, you talk about, we had the Big East, then there was the Big 10, the Big 8, and then the ACC. Now, one year I can recall, I think out of the Big 8 schools, we had about, I think it was 6 or 7 schools that went to the tournament that year. Right. That's how tough the league was. And that's how good it was. You know what I mean? So you're talking every night. And I'm talking from Kansas all the way down to Colorado, because Strick will tell you, Donnie Boyce could give you some numbers.
Yeah.
D. Boyce was nice. Even though Colorado wasn't a strong team throughout those years, but they always had players.
Yeah.
They always had and then years later, there was several other players that came through there. But like you said, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, it was never a night off. It was never a night off. So you had to definitely lace them up. You had to come ready to play, or literally get ran out the gym on any given night.
Jamar, before we let you go, man, I always feel like I played football, so going to the Devaney, I felt like it was a home court advantage. And I was in there cheering for you as well. PBA is the same. We're hoping we need to get you back and experience, but I want to get your experience or your words, what it's like to play, or what it was like to play at the Devaney in a big game. Because I don't think people realize how special it was, and you guys just have it rocking and rolling pretty tough.
Yeah, definitely. It was great because it was the Devaney Center. The new arena is awesome. That I haven't been there, but I've looked at it and saw some of the games, watched them on TV and stuff. So it's still a great atmosphere. But let me tell you what that comes from, and let me tell you what it's all about. Really, it is the community and the alumni and the association of all of that, of the community, of the people that backs the university. That's what it is. And when you have a winning program, and when you guys are doing good things in the program, the community of Nebraska comes out in full force. And that is what makes it special, no matter if it's the new arena, the Devaney Memorial Stadium. I'm telling you, Husker Nation is the best, when it comes to fan following. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. I think we have behind Lincoln and Omaha Alumni Association, we have the biggest chapter out here in Phoenix, Arizona. So it's crazy. Like on football Saturdays, I can walk into a restaurant and it just be a sea of red. Yeah. We literally take over. So Husker Nation is what drives that. And that's one of the things that me coming from Indiana, I had that kind of support from the community. Our school had that kind of support from the community as well. So it was just awesome to experience that. And it was kind of like, for me, it was like times 1,000, coming from high school to Lincoln.
Last question, and we're going to get you out of here because Stricky got to go over to the dinner with the fellas. But listen, what was that Big 8 tournament, that run like, and to win it, bring it back for Nebraska after all the love that they showed and shared, as Jay had spoke about as well?
Yeah, absolutely, man. That was my senior year. If you recall, Strick, we had lost like 3 games in a row. Mm-hmm. So we was on that bubble of making the tournament. And I remember I called a team meeting. We had a players only team meeting, if you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And in that team meeting, man, we all just kind of hashed out how we were feeling and what it was about. But at the end of the meeting, we all had one goal in mind as a unit, as a team. And that was to win the Big 8 tournament so we can get on to the NCAA tournament. And that's what we did. We turned it up. We turned it up, man. And I just remember the run we went on, and then we hit the tournament. And then next thing you know, man, we was in the tournament, and it was just one of the greatest moments to be the first team to bring a conference championship to the university, man. I felt like that was my thumbprint that I was able to leave on the university as a player. But I'm telling you, man, I tell kids all the time when I'm talking to them and their prospects or whatnot, it's the greatest university that you could ever go to if you're a high school athlete. You don't have the pro teams to compete with, the Husker Nation, the fan base, everything. They're crazy about their players. No matter what athlete, volleyball, baseball, football, basketball, you name it, wrestling, the Husker Nation support is there. So, and it's a great institution. You're going to go there. You're going to graduate. You're going to get your academics. Dennis LeBlanc is going to ride you until you get that degree. So shout out to Dennis and all the people in the academics over there that support the players and whatnot, the student athletes. It's just a great institution, man. I can't say anything more about it. It's a great institution, one of the best decisions of my life.
There it is, man. That's a good sign off for the week. Hey, Jamar, we appreciate you appreciate you coming on. I'm sure Strick can tell everybody hello for you. Till next time, my brother, we gotta get you back. This is Jay Foreman, E Strick, Bach, Old School. Have a good weekend. And we'll see you next week on Monday?
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, Draft beers and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your